Hi, this is Captain Frank Brownell of Shallow Minded Fishing Charters. We're out here on Mosquito Lagoon. It's winter time. Water's about 64 degrees. I'm in this nice little protected bay here out of the wind. Saw a couple little trout move off when I first moved in here, so I anchored up. We're using soft paddle-tailed baits. They're made by Grand Slam Bait Company here in Edgewater, Florida. I'm using the Irish Beer 3-inch Junior. It's a short, fat bait with a big tail. Creates a lot of pulsation in the water. What we're trying to do here is cover as much water as possible and making long casts, really loading the rod up. Ah, had a little hit there. The trout like to hit it on the drop before it can get down in the grass. And yep, there we go. Coming up and thrashing. Nice little trout. You see the sandy bottom and the weeds up here, even in the winter. Still got some weeds down there. They'll get thick in the summer. I'm trying to get this off without touching the fish. They have very thin skin, and their protection is a thin coat of slime on them. It keeps the parasites off them. I can't seem to get this one off. He's got it pretty deep. So we're going to get our hand wet. That'll help keep the slime on the fish. Yeah, down there deep. He inhaled it. There we go. You want to load that rod up when you cast it. Throw it out. Just before it hits, slow the line down coming off the spool, and then reel in fast so it skitters across the top. You want it to act like a bait, not like a predator diving down trying to grab them. They're heavily pressured fish, so even bait hitting the water can spook them. Noise is your biggest enemy out here in the shallow waters. I'm sure that's true not just here but anywhere there's shallow. There we go. Ooh, a hit. Hit it on the drop again. Must be a trout. I'd loosened the drag up, so I had to tighten the drag back down. I'm using 6 to 10 pound braid. Has almost no give. So when you know you have a trout, you want to loosen that drag up. Fight him away from the boat. Let him tire himself out there. With no stretch on the braid, something's going to give. It's either got to be the drag or the fish's mouth. It's very tender, so it's better to have it the drag. Just bouncing along the bottom through the sandy spots and the weeds. It's rig weedless, so you don't have to worry about those. Watch as I whip that. Load it up. Then as soon as it hits, reel up on it. Make it skitter across the top like it's fleeing. Bounce it along. There we go. Oh, that feels a little better.
A little closer to shore. Just
Nothing huge, but hey, it's a fish. Let's see, it's not coming up the top. Maybe this is a little red.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Even the little ones give a heck of a fight. Even with the red, I'll loosen up that drag a little bit.
Irish beer trout. Here you go, Glenda. This one's for you.
Yeah, a little redfish. Here's another redfish I caught the day before. You can see I hadn't got my hair cut yet, so my mop's flying out in front of the camera. My first attempt at filming. I didn't realize I needed to tilt the camera down a little more. You see his nice little 22, 24-inch redfish. He hit the gold bait also, the Irish beer. Kind of hard to see it since I don't have it really down far enough to see him. The redfish have a very sharp gill plate, so I'm kind of playing around with them, trying not to get cut again. I just finally got my hands healed up. Tough mouth on these guys. Sharp gill plates. Tough skin. You don't have to worry so much about the slime coating protecting them. They have a very thick skin and hard scales. Tough fish. Never give up. He's still flopping around. We're going to get him back in water real quick here. Send him on his way. Here we go. Back to today in the little bay. Nice clear skies. A little breezy out there in the main lagoon, but long cast. Remember, don't just flip it like you're flipping for bass. You want to cover as much water as possible. Really load that rod up and get it out there. It's amazing how many big trout I catch when I first start turning the handle. They're way out from the boat. They can hear and feel everything going through that water. Try not to move your feet around in the boat. Don't slide your feet around. That's why a lot of the professional guides during the summer, you see them, they're barefoot. That's to keep the noise down. By the way, Sundeck people make that soft foam covering for the boat. If you're looking for somebody to be your sponsor, you know, give me a call. I love to have that stuff in the boat. Here we go, nice trout. All right, it came right off. Didn't have to touch that one. But the Grand Slam Irish beer won't steer you wrong. Here we go. This is what it looks like. It's gold with gold flecks in it and that big green tail. Great bait.